U.S. foreign policy, Congressman Ron Paul seems to be a lone voice. Quite surprising considering it is his views on foreign policy that have attracted millions of followers here in the U.S. and all over the world. Dr. Paul, thank you so much for speaking with me today. Now, I want to get right into it. The main issue, the crisis in the Middle East, the Gaza situation. You have said that even though Israel did the invading of Gaza, that the U.S. will eventually be blamed for it. Why is that?
Because of our association with Israel. I believe in friendship with all nations, trade with all nations, and diplomacy with anybody who's willing to talk to us. But we do a little bit more with Israel. We give Israel a lot of money, and with that money they can buy weapons from us. So we arm Israel, and we also subsidize Israel. So Israel can't do anything without our approval. Sometimes it's a tacit approval, and sometimes it's a wink and a nod. But even if we didn't approve of what they're doing, you know, at this precise time, we'll still be blamed. And in a way, rightfully so, because we're morally responsible for how we spend our money. And those individuals who are in fights with Israel would see us as subsidizing Israel. So I don't think about Gaza and the Middle East in terms of who's absolutely right and who's absolutely wrong, as much as I say, is it in our best interest? Should we be doing this? Should we use our money this way, especially now that we're in a financial crisis? And my answer is it's not in our best interest. It is not necessary for us to stand behind everything that Israel does. So that's my argument about what's going on.
Because you have said that the U.S. is not going to benefit by involving itself in the fight over there. If this is so, then why do you think that so many U.S. officials, Congress, Senate, shows overwhelming support to involving the U.S. over there?
What's sort of been traditional, has been going on for a long time. It's been going on for more than 50 years because there has been a pretty strong case made for the Jewish people being treated quite badly, and emotionally there was a argument for having a place where they can call their homeland, and people bought into this. But even then, there was no justification for us to be using our money for doing that. There's one thing being friends, getting along with people and trading with people, versus subsidizing them. So it's been going on a long time, and even from the origination of the State of Israel, the American people generally were supportive of this, and it's what they've read about and heard about, and the way they've been taught. Yet today there's a growing number of Americans who are questioning it. They don't have anything against Jewish people. They don't have anything against Israel per se, but there's a lot of them questioning whether or not it should be our money and our weapons and a blank check, so to speak. So if Israel would get into trouble, there's not very many people in this country that don't assume that we will come to their rescue. And
then if you bring Iran into the situation, many experts say that Iran has had a heavy hand in what's going on over there. You have said that the whole Middle East is just a powder keg. Can you elaborate on that?
Yeah, probably Iran is. I don't know for sure, but my position doesn't demand that I know absolutely. Because if the argument is that the Iranians shouldn't be involved in helping people that they care to help in Gaza, that would make the argument that America shouldn't be helping the people we think we should be helping. I mean, if it's foreigners that we don't like, we're foreigners over there being involved. But then when you think about the conflict and the arguments we've had with Iran, you'd have to go, you know, back a ways. What about 1953? What about our CIA overthrowing an elected leader back then? Most Americans don't know about it, don't remember it, and don't think it's important. I think that's a long time ago. But for the Iranian people, they're very much aware of what was going on, and they see us always interfering and telling how other people should live and what they should do, and our weapons and our money is always being used against either them directly or their friends. And even today, we have a lot of strong sanctions. against the Iranians, and this is very harmful.
Now, you have said that this Middle East crisis is going to contribute to an economic situation which is already dire in many parts of the world. Here in the U.S., how do you see that play out as far as tying the Middle East crisis with the economy?
Well, we're spending a lot of money maintaining our empire. There's been studies that show that we pump out about $1 trillion a year to finance all our foreign activity, and we're broke. And it did lead to our, contributed to our crisis. The money that we spend that does the greatest harm, the easiest place to get a coalition of people together to say, this is where we can cut, I say it's foreign expenditure.